Okay, welcome to another episode of Famitsu. Check it out. This is Paul Smith, and we're going to talk about this week's issue of Weekly Famitsu. This week's issue of Weekly Famitsu is got a feature for Animal Crossing. Shouldn't surprise anybody. Definitely the big. Actually, today in Japan is a national holiday. I'm not really sure what holiday it is. Check it out. Okay, let's see. Today is 20th. Oh, the March equinox. So today's the equinox. Okay, so that's why my son is home today and work. I got paid today. So this week we're going to start out with snacks. This is my snacks. I'm starting out with my coffee. I've got a French press here. Just brewed this. This is my first cup of coffee of the day. And I also have a new Black Thunder. This one is actually called Honey Butter Thunder. I tried one of these last night and they're really good. And I'll have another one on the stream today. Funnily enough, this Black Thunder was not featured in this week's Famitsu, which somewhat surprised me because it wasn't in last week's either. Yeah, Black Thunder is a pretty popular brand of. Let's see. What are we going to do? First, I'm going to pour me this cup of coffee. I got to get my coffee in me. And we're going to talk about Animal Crossing for the most part. I've already pre-ordered my copy of Animal Crossing. It's already sitting on my hard drive. Some of you may know, Nintendo's been having some problems with its servers, increased load. I don't know if there's any kind of DDoSing going on or anything. The news story that I read today said that it had to do increased load just from people being. So, yeah, hopefully we're all able to get Animal Crossing tomorrow. Today is Friday in Japan, and so my Japanese brethren already have Animal Crossing. I purchased Animal Crossing in America. I think that I'll be able to play it in Japanese, which is what I want to do. I also wanted the American version, or the English version as well, thinking maybe I could get my wife to potentially play. But yeah, usually with Nintendo games, if in the description for the game on the bottom, if it lists a bunch of those languages, you can usually turn it into those languages. And when I bought the Crossing, so I hope that I can just log into my Japanese account and it'll switch the. Fingers crossed on that. So yeah, let's get out the Animal or the Famitsu. Whole reason behind this show. So this week's Famitsu came with a special insert. There's the actual issue of Famitsu, but then there was also this insert. Now, I have never heard of this game, and I've talked about in previous episodes how I've wanted to play a rhythm game on the phone, and this game titled Girls Band Party. Bang Dream Girls Bang Party. Yeah. Girls Band Party. A bang. But yeah, it's anime, super anime girls, and it's going to be some kind of like anime songs, and it looks like there's like a story going on. This game must be pretty popular if there's a huge insert inside the magazine. It says in the information about the game that the maker is a team called Craft Egg. Probably a mobile developer. I don't know. It's on both Android and iOS, and it says that playing it is free, but items inside the game. Yeah, like I said, I've been wanting to play a rhythm game, and this is that popular that maybe I'd like playing it. So, yeah, I might give that a try sometime this week and report back in next week. Animal Crossing. I can't wait to play. I've actually gone back to New Leaf and have put in tens of hours this week playing that game. So yeah, I can't wait. Which one? I think it's supposed to come online at 9 a.m. Central. So I think that'll be something like 11 p.m. here, I think. So yeah, I'm definitely going to be sitting on my Switch tonight, slamming on that button. Wait. Yeah. Okay. I just had a brain fart thinking, oh, wait, is it tomorrow though? No, but okay. So first, as always, we're going to start with the weekly top 30 here. Number one game is a new edition. We talked about it last week, but it took the number one spot this week, which was Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, the new game for the Switch. Looks like it sold very well. 139,000 units, and it's pretty freaking good. Number two is Pokemon Sword and Shield. I'm sure many people maybe bought them in tandem. It only sold 20,000 copies this week. Not too bad. People already own the game, I think. Number three, Minecraft. I just cannot believe this game is always on this list. Number four is Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Number five, Smash Brothers. Number six, Ring Fit Adventure. Number seven, Persona 5 Scrambles Phantom Strikers. One of these days I'm going to be able to say that name without reading through the katakana. But the number 7 version is the PlayStation 4 version. We've talked about it before that the Switch heavily dominates the top 30. It looks like this week there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 PlayStation 4 games. So that means that the other 24 are all Switch games, which is insane. Number 8 is Super Mario Party. I'm not sure if they had a sale in Japan, but March 10th was Mario Day. As I look at this, it looks like the numbers for this issue only are from the 2nd until the 8th of March. So that would not have. Number 9, Splatoon 2 is back on the charge. Sold 7,000 last week. And then number 10 is Brain Training. Let's see. Number 12 is a new addition to the top list. It says Game Doraemon Nobita no Kyoryu. Yeah, some kind of like a Doraemon game with new dinosaurs, I think is what that says. It says it's an action adventure game. The developer is a team called Fudu. I've never heard of them. That and Pokemon Mystery Dungeon are the only new additions to these top 30 every for a while. Moving on to the most anticipated games. So we can see here. These are the most anticipated games. 1, 2, 3, 4. Number one shouldn't surprise anybody. We've got Final Fantasy VII Remake. I noticed at my local 7-Eleven that they've put up a huge sign. Probably taking pre-order. Yeah, so Japanese people are excited for that. Number two is Animal Crossing, most anticipated for release. Number three is Resident Evil 3. 4 is Tales of Arise. And number 5 is the new. I think some new information came out last. And I'm not exactly sure. Don't quote me on. Everything else has been on the list for a while. The only other new game on this list is number 30, which is the new Brigadine game. I think we talked about that last week, potentially, but it was in Famitsu last week. And from what I heard, or what I researched, this is not being done by the PlayStation 1 developers of Brigadine. This is a new team going at it. Looks like the dev is called HappyNet. This weekly top 10 rookies. So these are games that don't have any. These aren't sequels. These are all original titles. Number one, as always, is the game Ushiro. We talked about it last week. It's a anime horror game. Number two, Cyberpunk 2077. Number three, Ghost of Tsushima. Number four, the game that I still forgot to look up how to pronounce, which I think is Tenho no Saku na Hime. Next one is Genshin, I believe it's pronounced. I think that's the Chinese developed game. Number 6 is that Tenho Saku na Hime for Switch. And then I'm not going to go to. Ghost of Tsushima hasn't really moved at all. I think people are really excited about it. It comes out pretty soon. Date is on. It says here 6/26 in Japan. I don't know if that date is. 6/26 is when it's coming out. So here we go. Animal Crossing. Boom. They did a direct not too long ago, a Nintendo Direct, about this game. I didn't even actually watch it. I'll go back and watch. So the magazine. So here's where you're going to start. The Tanuki brothers are travel agents, and you're going to set up your passport. Looks like the whole game takes place on a deserted island. You're going to make your character. You're going to give your character a name. First name, then make your character what they're going to look like. You're going to choose the layout of your island. And then it's going to ask you your desert island question, which I think is kind of cute. I don't know if they're actually going to give you this item. I would assume they would. But they're going to ask you, what do you want to take to the desert island? And you have a choice of 4 different things. One is going to be a sleeping bag. 2 is going to be a light or maybe a flashlight. It just says Akari. I would assume it's probably a flashlight. Maybe it's just any kind of light. Next one is going to be food, and then The last one is Himatsubushi. I think that means like nothing. I don't want to take anything. I'm not really sure. Um, it could be, now that I think about it, Hima is the word for like having lots of time or being busy. Um, I kind of wonder if maybe this is a hammock, maybe. I'm not really sure. I looked it up in my Japanese dictionary, but nothing came up. So the next page has a neat little history of the Animal Crossing franchise up until now. It even lists some of the side projects that have come out. Most recently, the phone game Pocket Camp. And then the next page just gets into it. Like, this is how you're going to enjoy your island, guys. Going to be lots of new stuff. One of the things that they're adding to this game, besides there's going to be some new faces and all the old Animal Crossing favorites as well. So you're going to have lots of people come into your town. In the last game, New Leaf for the 3DS, you would take a boat out to a deserted island. It wasn't really deserted because there was like 4 or 5 people there. But it looks like in this game, you're taking a plane, and there's 2 pilots that are taking you. I would assume that they're gonna then carry you to other people's islands to visit other people's islands. Yeah, this next page is basically like your first days. They're just talking about like how you're gonna go out starting up your game, what the main points of what your daily life is going to be. Next page is kind of the same. Yeah, it's talking about buying the turnips. If you didn't know, got a new follower. Thanks for following me. Kinetsu. Kinesetu. But if you didn't know, actually, the word turnip in Japanese kabu is another word for stocks. And so the turnip stock buying thing that's always been in Animal Crossing, at least as far back as the GameCube. Yeah, it's Japanese wordplay. So they're saying you're buying stocks, kabu, which is also the word for turnip. Let's see. Yeah, you're gonna have all your mainstays. Looks like shovels down here, things like that. There's a museum. You're gonna be taking your fishing catches and bugs and all that kind of stuff too. You're gonna make a house. I'm sure Tom Nook is gonna be paid off. You're gonna have your normal visitors, the camel, which brings you like new carpets, and I don't know if it's carpets and wallpaper. I think it is. Um, this one, the hedgehog, I believe it is. Looks like she's gonna give you like some different items. This guy down here looks like a musician. Yeah, he looks like a musician. So I'm wondering if KK Slider is out. And then this is the pig that's gonna do the stock trading with the Kabu trading. Looks like with one of the buttons on the controller, you're gonna have like different reactions. Yeah. Let's see. This page goes into like all the different activities that you can do: fishing, catching bugs down here. Is it planting different kinds of fruits and stuff like that? Selling fruits. This. Like you're gonna like. It says maybe once a day in one spot, you're going to find some gold. It looks like 1,000 bells of gold. That's what this thing is down here. You can see this. I think this is gonna like enlighten you that there's something there. So you'll have to look around for that every day, and then see here a little bit that there's a big chunk that once you dig it up, maybe that it becomes. There's a better view. And so I think once you dig that thing out, you can go sell it for 1,000 gold. Yeah, it looks like you can make some DIY stuff. Sounds like there's going to be a lot of DIY in this thing. They have point cards, which they're calling miles. Japan is rampant with every store and their mother offers a point card of some way, a way to entice customers to keep coming back, keep spending money. They'll give you a point for every dollar you spend or whatever. And it looks like in here they've decided to call them miles, probably just for the rest of the world doesn't really use point cards as much as Japan does. And so I think airplane miles are much easier to understand. But in the last game, New Leaf, they had a badge system. And this looks like almost like what the badge system is. It's recording how much you're doing like certain activities. And then there's going to be some kind of a present after, essentially. Looks like you're going to be able to collect wood this time. In the past, you just cut down trees and there was a stump left. This time, you're going to be able to get actual wood and then this has recipes. You're going to be making and collecting recipes to build certain items, and so that's what the wood is for. So it looks like to make a showboy, meaning like not good axe, you're going to need 5 pieces of wood and 1 piece of stone. And so it looks like potentially maybe these recipes are going to make all of the things that you need to survive in the town, like your fishing poles and axes, all the things that you would have bought at the store before. This thing is actually really cool. I noticed this when I was glancing through the magazine here. Before, you would get a lot of junk, and then you would just have to get rid of it. I remember in maybe the old DS version, you had to take it to like a garbage dump that was near the station, and you would drop it there. But here, actually, you're using that junk and you're going to be making items out of it. So like the tire, you're going to bury the tire in the ground and it's going to make like a seat. So instead of just like trashing it or trying to sell it, you're actually making. When you buy when you catch boots in the ocean or the river, once you get 2 of them, then you can recycle them. You make them into new boots, like restore them, basically. And then you got a new set of boots. The empty cans that you catch, you can actually make like little plant pots. And then when you're picking up shells on the beach, it looks like you can actually make food for fish. Some way you're going to be using. You can toss out a message bottle. Kind of interesting. This goes into just making your town. Gonna be a lot going into making your town. like I said, I've been putting a lot of time into New Leaf, and there's a lot of things that I didn't really do in there. Like right now, I'm finishing. I just finished up paying for the Dream building, um, yeah, Dream Stadium or something like that. So that thing is probably going to be being built when I go back to my game after stream. Um, yeah, so there's going to be a lot of things like that, reforming your houses, building buildings within the town for everybody to use, making campsite. It looks like, yeah, tons of different stuff. New hats, new everything. You can make bridges. Looks like maybe different level areas within the town. So like you can build a slope and it goes up to a thing. This goes into all of the house and clothing coordination stuff. That's not something that I really ever got into, but I mean, they made a whole game, Happy Home Designer, that was just for people that. So I think, yeah, there's a lot of people out there that's into what's going on inside your house. I was always much more worried about outside of my house and talking to people and stuff like that. I think everybody plays Animal Crossing in their kind of special way. Um, yeah, so it looks like this episode's gonna go long. I've been trying to keep these to a half hour, but yeah, there's just tons of stuff to talk about. Talking about different seasons here. We're gonna have different seasons. I think that's something that Crossing has almost always had. I've known it. Yeah, they're gonna have events just like the other ones. Of course, bees are gonna pop out. Um, it looks like along with bees, there's also going to be tarantulas that you have to worry about. Looks like there is a white ghost that will appear in the nighttime. Um, Johnny the pelican is going to appear on the beach, disoriented as always. So look forward to that. This page goes into how Dodo Airlines is going to be used in this. As I said, I think what it's going to be used for is to go to other people's towns. Yeah, I'm not going to go in and read all of this. Eh, here they're giving a couple of people are giving impressions. I'm not sure if they're reviewers. It just says person who lives here. Time to read and figure out what these people have to do with anything. Um, it looks like there's going to be some Nintendo Switch Online integration. I don't know if this is going to be used for like talking to other people. Let's see. The options here are passport, so that's going to be your passport that you make at the beginning of the game. Designing clothes. So having a conversation keyboard. Yeah, conversation keyboard. I'm guessing that, like, according to this picture here, got two people sitting on chairs. So I'm guessing a friend going into a friend's world, and they're just going to relax together, it seems like. And then you'll be carrying out your conversation on your phone and sending messages back and forth to each other. So I know some Americans don't like this idea of like Nintendo Switch Online doing things on the phone, but I think Japan very much has it right that we're constantly on our phones. We always have them with them, so why not incorporate that into the game? I think that's what they're doing here. Is that they're allowing you to spend time in your friend's world, but then you can chat on your phone instead of needing to bring up something in game to kind of ruin the experience. I actually like that. I think it's a really interesting design. It says here that you can. There's going to be a design trading system. Yeah. There's amiibo support. I'm not really sure what they're going to do. I could read this more. So that's Animal Crossing. I spent a half hour basically talking about Animal Crossing. There's a lot to talk about. I think it's going to be great. Yeah, I think I can't wait until. What's next? I saw this announced earlier this week. There's a Grandia collection coming out. I love the Grandia games. Great RPGs. I had no idea that Gung Ho Entertainment owns the property now. Well, it says copyright Game Arts, which is the developer of the game, Square Enix, and Gung Ho. So I'm not sure if it's collaboration between Square Enix and Gung Ho or what, but I just love these fucking character designs. They're so cute and adorable. Remind me of being a teenager. I played the shit out of Grandia 1, and I have Grandia 2 on Dreamcast, but I never really put any time. I bought the Dreamcast as a rival, so I never that much time. There's an interesting interview in here. Famitsu does this series called Think About Games, and they bring in cool game designers, and then they have really in-depth conversations about gameplay, just the idea of thinking about games. And so this week they had Sakurai, the designer of Smash Brothers, come in. So, I'm sure that he has quite a lot to say. Huge. Final Fantasy remake. Look at this gorgeous graphics. Look at the pictures. I mean, I really cannot wait for this game to come out. I think it's going to be Jesus. In Japan, just this game is going to be 8,980 yen. So that's almost $100 with tax added. So Americans, you have it real good with your $60 games. Don't forget that. Now, there's also a package version that comes with a figure set that's going for almost $350. Really into figures. I think Square's got you covered. It's going into some of the side characters here, giving you a glimpse of some of these. It's been so long that I played Final Fantasy VII that I don't know if these guys actually were in the game. I don't think so. Because I think this whole first game takes place in Midgar, and Midgar, like, nothing in the game. And then these guys, which look like they're straight out of the Matrix. I'm not really sure who they're. These guys. Oh, it shows right here. So these were the guys in the helicopter. See the old Final Fantasy. And so they're giving some basis in where these characters are supposed to. Here are some Leviathan. I think that's a super attacks. I recall. Does a little bit of explanation into materia. Midgard looks a lot like China. There's a lot of dragons, very Chinese-inspired scene. I'm wondering if this game is bought and paid. The next cool thing is the PC Engine Mini is coming out, and this has a lot of information about that. So it says here that there are 34 PC Engine titles, 24 TurboGrafx 16 titles for a total of 50. Going to be 3 versions of the console here. The first one is the PC Engine Core Graphics Mini, the PC Engine Mini, and the TurboGrafx 16 Mini. Looks like the TurboGrafx Mini is going to... Oh, no. I think it says here that you can get all 3 in. Looks like it's coming out the 19th, which was yesterday, for just over $100. Not too bad. Yeah, it's going into what's coming in the box here. You're gonna get the mini controller, this thing, and then your power. Okay, it's a multi-tap, so you'll be able to plug in multiple controllers. It's like 5 controllers. So 6 controllers total can be added. Not really sure what game that's going to work. Because it looks like the console itself has 2 control slots. The menu here, if you look at the menu, it looks a lot like has come on other mini consoles. It looks like there's a loading screen for both the Hue card, I'm not really sure how to say it, Hue card, and the CD-ROM. It's kind of cool. They're going to differentiate 2 different kinds of games out for PC Engine. I don't really know most of these games. I never had a PC Engine. It looks like Ease is on there. I know Ease. Superstar Soldier, I know that. Snatcher, I didn't even know that came out on TurboGrafx. I thought that it was a CD thing only, but I guess it came out on PC Engine. So yeah, that's one of Kojima's early games. Yeah, Bomberman, Dracula X. Oh, is that? I think that's Rondo of Blood. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's Rondo. What else? Galaga, Gradius 2. Yeah. What else do we got? There's tons of shooters. If you like shooters, this is system. There are so many vertical and side-scrolling. So for the TurboGrafx 16 titles, these are all the English ones. Alien Crush, played that before. Utopia, played a little. Space Harrier. Power Golf, Lords of Thunder I've heard of. Fu Manchu, Ninja Spirit, Bonks. Yeah. And then they have an interview with some of the people involved in Space Invaders Invisible Collection. They've got a huge write-up on Doom Eternal. That's going to be coming out this Friday. don't know how popular Doom is in Japan. Once again, Americans, man, you have it so good. Total price for Doom is going to be 8,778 yen, which is almost $90. Yeah, this goes into a lot of that game. Here they're talking about Bleeding Edge. I played a little bit of the beta, and it was so bugged out that I just could not play. I might check it out again once it's the one. Recently, Famitsu's been doing this interesting thing called the indie corner. I guess it's not so recently because volume 5 or 250. It's been going for a few. The indie title this week that they're looking at is Kenmono Heroes. Looks like it's from Nipponichi. Action game. Graphics. Okay. Yeah. What else did I want to talk about? Oh, snacks. Snacks. Before we get to snacks, is there? Oh yeah, let's look at the reviews. So here's the famous Famitsu cross reviews. That indie game that I just talked about, the Kemono Heroes, it got a 7886, so a pretty fair game, not anything that's going to set fire. Yeah, it looks like people who like it. The one I did want to focus on here is right here. Life is Strange 2. Got a platinum award, 9s across the board. That's pretty good. It must have had a really. I wonder who did the localization. Yeah. And a normal price game. Looks like with tax, around $55. So, going back to snacks, here we are. Oh, I never did eat my Black Thunder. I need a minute anyway. I've been talking constantly. That's not. So this once again is the Honey Butter Black Thunder. Honey Butter Thunder. There's no black in here. Chocolate around it. Bite into it, and it's got a cookie inside. I'm not getting much honey flavor. And I think the butter flavor is basically, hey, we have butter cookies and we put chocolate around them. So I think that's what the butter is. Cookies. I think it's denser than normal Black Thunders. Normal Black Thunder is much more crispy. All right. Just a little mukbang for you. Okay. Snacks. What we got? I'm most interested in this one. This is the Chizen Famichiki. There's a convenience store here called Family Mart, and you don't know about Japan, almost every convenience store, has a warmer up in the front of the store where they put fried goodies. they they fry all the goodies behind the counter. They deep fryer that they cook everything in. And so, yeah, when you're leaving the convenience, it's like the hardest thing in the world not to just be like, oh, fried chicken. So Family Mart is doing this one that's got cheese in fried chicken. Definitely going to try that. This says Nama chocolate cake, so natural chocolate cake, real chocolate cake. This has a deep flavored tiramisu that's going to be available at Mini Stop. Yeah, this is like a unique bento box. I've never seen something like this before, but yeah, it's got a bunch of vegetables, some rice, and then a hamburger with a tomato sauce on it. This guy right here is going to be an ohm rice with a fried chicken cutlet on top. This is a shoe cream. America, we call them cream puff. This has got custard in it, or pudding. Sorry, yeah, well, custard pudding. This one up here, it's called a cookie shoe, and basically the pastry around it is crunchy, but it's almost the same. Looks like there's a couple of different cup noodles that are out. So there's a soba that's got yuzu flavor in it. Yuzu is a kind of citrus. This is called caramel corn. It's a snack that's available here. It's like, imagine like puffed Cheetos without the cheese, and they're usually sweet. They're usually caramel flavored. Yeah, they're not my favorite thing, but this one is brown sugar and kinako. Kinako is a kind of soybean, sweetened soybean, I think. Kit Kat has a new yogurt sake. Some people that'll be in. And then a kind of chip that they have over here, the tiny. What are the kind of chips called where you not like a whole potato, but like it's just like a whole bunch of tiny bits of potato that they put together. It's what Pringles are. That's what these chips are. But they're called cheese bits, and they usually have like a cheese taste of flavors. So, yeah, I went way over my time. We're looking at a 50-minute episode this time. Animal Crossing was the featured story this week. I'm still looking at a solution for showing off the magazine, not me just holding it up all the time. I know that's kind of annoying. Okay. The funds to buy another camera. Anybody out there that would like to buy me a camera, then Amazon paid. But for right now, having a kid and 2 short months of work, I'll do some research into how to buy that and figure it out. So that's going to be it for this week's episode of Famitsu Check It Out. I hope you enjoyed. Hope you learned something about the Japanese video game industry. I hope you realize that they're excited about the same games that we are. That's one thing that irritates me a lot about the fetishization of Japan. That people think that Japan is this weird, kooky, off-the-wall place, and it is in some ways. but every country has their weird off the wall stuff as well, so it's not any different than anything else. Um, and yeah, by showing you what games Japanese people did in, I think it gives you a chance at seeing the reality of Japan, that they play the same stuff we do. Um, of course, they have more specialized stuff over here, but I think in America we have a lot of specialized PC games and stuff like that that we play that they don't play. So I think yeah, everybody's different. Japanese we say Junin Toiro. So yeah, so I'll be back again next week with another episode of Famitsu Check It Out. This week I'm gonna try to stream some games. I just started playing a game called Vampire. The developer is Don't Nod, the people behind Life is Strange. Definitely gonna be playing some Animal Crossing. I might try to hook up my device to stream that to something else. I started playing FTL last night and got super sucked into that, so that might be a possibility. Fantasy Star Online 2. I started that up because the beta started up. I started playing that yesterday and made a new character on the server 1, ship 1, because I was going to join the I don't know. I was going to join a guild on that. Yeah, so that's going to be it for us today. Once again, my name is Paul Smith. You can check out my website, owrgames.com, one word review games. You can check me out on Twitter. OWR Games is the website, Twitter. Keep up to date with all my streams and stuff there. Follow me personally at SOPAC13, SO on Mixer. If you're watching this, subscribe. And the archive for this episode will be going up on YouTube probably a few days. Search OWR Games on YouTube if you want. All right, I'll see you next week. Enjoy your lockdown.